So, you're a photographer and you want to learn how to pose people better for your photos, but you really don't know where to start. Well, I am both a photographer and I've done a bit of modeling myself, so I am here to help. What is going on, everybody? If you're new around here, my name is Finn Badgley. I'm a commercial fashion, portrait photographer, and all-around content creator. And today, I'm going to teach you some tips and tricks that I've learned along the way to help you pose different models and get them comfortable in front of the camera so you can just have better images, and so can that model. Or even if they're not models, that's the real trick. So here's the thing, I used to be the type of person that would really try to direct and pose people a very certain way, and I think that's what a lot of people think posing is, oh, you need to move your arm this way and move your hand up this way and do this particular thing. And that's fine. And if that's how you work, that's fine. That's how I used to work. And sometimes for very specific shots, maybe that's what you need to do, especially if you're holding a certain product and you need to hold it a certain way. But usually things like that, there's usually a professional model involved and they will kind of already have an idea, plus you'll walk them through it. So it's less posing and it's more directing. And how do you direct a model? How do you communicate with a model? Or even just somebody who is in front of your camera and isn't a model, how do you communicate with them to actually get a decent result out of your photo? First off, what I like to do is I like to actually give that person an overall vibe and then some kind of action or something like that. So recently I did this type of shoot where the story was this person is really cozy at home in their environment and they're just kind of feeling themselves. And then from there they start feeling themselves a little more, and that is therefore expressed in the wardrobe, becoming less casual and more of this alternative streetwear type thing. And then lastly, we're out on a roof and it's this nice dress and it's just a beautiful vibe and the person's really feeling themselves. So that's what I was going for. Just a really like almost self-indulgent but not quite type of thing. And I communicated this with the model and then we worked on it from there. And because of that, everything turned out totally amazing. And here's the thing. What I did there is, okay, this is a loose interpretation of a character that you're gonna be playing. Somebody who's at home, who's just lounging around, and then we went on the balcony. Okay, now you're enjoying the fresh air, feeling the sun on you, you're feeling yourself, you're in your moment, that kind of thing. Now, this differs for all different types of shoots. If you want attitude, say you want attitude. And if you want them to look like a complete, tell them that. If you want them to death glare the camera, then tell them that. But if you're thinking like, okay, put your shoulders back and then your head down and then, okay, squint your eyes a little bit and look really mean at the camera, it's not the same type of thing. It's just doesn't work quite as well. If you are behind the camera and you say, look at me like your least favorite ex, they are going to death glare you so hard that you're afraid the camera will probably break because of how much intensity and passion there is there, but that comes across. So it's these little things that you can throw in there. You're feeling free for the first time, you're feeling the sun on your skin, that type of thing. All these different things allow that person to actually embody what it is you're trying to actually bring out in them. So it's these different actions and different directions that can actually help that person know exactly what it is you're going for, rather than just have them be like one of those like little posing drawing references, if you've seen those, where they like just move them a certain way, and that's great, but also keep in mind that that is going to make things a little more rigid. And what I like is fairly natural looking photos that almost have a candid element to them, and because of that, this direction allows for that nature to come out in those photos. Another thing that I also like to do is go on Pinterest or look at Instagram and different things and collect a resource of posing inspiration. And if I'm really at a loss of exactly what I'm trying to do, or if there's a miscommunication between myself and the model as far as what exactly it is we're going for, then I will show them this, and that way it will get a clear idea. Okay, we can try a pose like this or something like that. And here's the other thing. If you have experience working with professional models, something that you will quickly realize is that just about every time or every couple times you click that shutter, they're going to be changing something, and they should be. That's the first mark of somebody who knows what it is they're doing. If they keep adjusting themselves as you're taking photos, it just becomes a dance between you and them and the camera and them, and it's perfect. So even if I'm working with somebody who isn't as trained or doesn't have as much experience, I will tell them every time you hear the shutter or every time you see the light go off, feel free, just change something up about you, maybe look a certain way, move your hand a certain way, bring it up to your hair, bring it down, all that type of stuff. Because it gives them something to do, for one thing, and it also keeps them less rigid. Like if you have them in a certain pose and you're trying to do whatever, that's fine, but they will be stuck there, and a lot of people, they won't have that initial confidence unless you start hyping them up, where they will just become planted in that and won't really know what to do otherwise. And the other thing with that is probably the biggest thing you hear people say is, I don't know what to do with my hands. And that's fair. These things, they can cause problems, but they don't have to. So a lot of times if somebody is holding their hands in a certain way and I can tell, okay, whatever, they're not really sure where to put them, and I've given them the direction that I'm going for, but their hands aren't quite what we're thinking of, then that's where I will start giving some little bits of direction here and there, so that way they can keep it moving, and I will keep giving different directions so that way they feel less stuck, and also that gives them a couple things to build off of where they can actually put their hands. So for something for more masculine photos, you can put them in your pockets with the thumb showing out, something like that. Or you can do the good old looking at a watch type thing. You can do like fixing your collar, a whole bunch of different things. I also like having somebody put their hand up to their hair, just like they're naturally going through it, not like, oh, like, da 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 da, but actually like have them kind of go through their hair a bit, and then you can shoot it as that's going. Now, this is obviously something you want to be careful of, especially if the hair is of a certain way, so that way they don't mess it up or anything. But it's something that will keep everything flowing, and yeah, sometimes you can be like, just move it as if you had just touched your hair, so it's like coming off like that or something. And then you can also have nice soft hands, especially if you're going for a more feminine vibe where they're up near the abdomen. Also keep in mind what it is you're shooting. If you're shooting fashion or certain products or anything that's wearable, you want to make sure that you show that off. So if you're shooting a belt, you won't want the hands covering the belt. If that's a detail on a dress, you don't want to have that covered. So you can even, honestly, sometimes even just having their hands down at their sides and have them lean a certain way will go so far. And it's just because it doesn't look awkward. If you just have them shift their weight here and there, it's not going to look awkward, and it's actually going to work for the photos. This has happened so many times that I can't even tell you. Like, it's insane. But it works. And as you're going, have them move their weight, have them move their hands different ways, and just keep everything flowing. And the other thing too is sometimes when people get in front of the camera, they'll be a little nervous. So something I've actually told people to do, when they step in front of the camera, if I can tell they're a little nervous, I'll start doing it first, so that way I make a fool of myself, get them laughing, and then, oh, and that's another tip as well. If you can get them laughing, it's going to just lighten the mood immediately, and it's just going to create a great mood on set right off the bat. I like establishing a good rapport with whoever is in front of my camera, so I always want to get them laughing, and sometimes that does mean making a fool of myself. But guess what? It gets the shot, so who cares? Okay, back on track though. So they're kind of rigid in front of your camera. Honestly, I've told people to do this. Just shake it out. Just stand there and literally just shake out all that nervous energy, and it's actually going to lighten them up quite a bit, and both of you will do it together and you'll be laughing, and then guess what? They're gonna be more relaxed, they're gonna feel more comfortable, and you're gonna get better photos. I guarantee it. It's just these little things that you start to pick up along the way, and it's honestly a lot of weird things about human nature, and the more that you learn about that type of thing, the better of a photographer that you can be. And something else that I love to do is encourage the model. So when I see them do something that I like, I am hyping them up behind the camera. Yes, I love that. That's beautiful. Keep that. Yeah, hold that. Okay, maybe go back to this thing. Okay, let's try this. That looks amazing. Oh my God, that's incredible. Keep doing that. Adjust this a little bit. Shift your, like, just these constant flow of directions, so that way they know that I'm either happy with what I'm getting or I'm adjusting things a little bit so I am happy with what I'm getting. And that actually builds trust between you and the model, because if I'm silent the whole time and I'm just clicking away and I'm not saying anything, how do they know if they're doing a good job? How do they know anything that they're doing looks good? So I am that person hyping them up, because they're not gonna know otherwise. And that's when people start getting in their own head and get self-conscious, and those little gremlins come out. And that's when you start getting rigid, and then you're not sure of what you're doing, and everything starts to fall apart. So this is how you prevent that from happening. There's a lot of these tips that you can bundle together that just create for an amazing photo shoot, and that will get you better photos, no matter if you're working with a professional model or somebody who has never stepped in front of a camera in their entire life. And it's these little tips that will create more natural looking and overall better poses for your photos. This is why certain photos I'll have don't actually look posed, and this is why if they are posed, that was the vibe we were going for, and it was this very constructed thing. But if it was also something that we both knew exactly what we were going for, and the model was able to give me that because that's what I communicated. Communication is huge, especially when it comes to posing. And like I said, if you're unsure exactly what poses to get, feel free to look at Pinterest or anything like that. Also, feel free to check out some of my photos. I like to use a couple different poses, and honestly, one of my favorite directions to give people is I'll get like a couple regular poses in there, and if I'm feeling the vibe and we're getting along well, I'll just be like, just throw me something weird. Just start getting absolutely weird with it. People will start bending over, leaning weird ways, legs go up in the air. It's a whole thing, but it looks great, and it makes for some really cool photos that you otherwise wouldn't have. There are poses that I'll do for more commercial work that it has that viability to it, and there are poses that I'll do that are completely in left field, because that just makes the photo look cool. And that's just it. It's about the story you're trying to communicate. It's about what you're going for, and just make sure that everybody involved knows that. So if you enjoyed this video and got some value out of it, make sure to drop a like, as it is always appreciated. Leave a comment if you like this kind of thing. You want to see more posing tips from me in the future, because believe me, I have quite a few. If you want to see some for posing for men, if you want to see some for posing for women, if you want to see posing for people in general, anyone in between, etc., I can definitely make that happen. And honestly, I probably will regardless. But that's for another video. So with that in mind, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified for all future videos, especially so you don't miss when those future posing videos do come out. Work hard, rest often, and as always, I will see you on the next one.